an icon.
Cementing her status
She's a legend.
as one of music's biggest stars.
And she is the moment.
Yay! Hello everybody and welcome to today's pick a card reading. Today we are going to be doing hyping you up. And I'm so excited just to be complimenting you, helping you get more clarity on going down the correct path, just having fun with life and everything. So yes, hotties, I love you so much. Let's go ahead and get right into things today because I'm too excited. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Alrighty, but let's just go on ahead and hop right into things today. Woo! Yay! Alrighty, hello to those of you who chose pile number 1, high fashion, glamour. This is all about hyping you up, complimenting you today, making you just feel so solid on the path that you're on. So for starters, I feel like you're the type of person that has been incredibly misjudged in your past and actually left out in the cold by a lot of people. But because of it, it's only made you stronger and more powerful and more independent. Bad bitch energy, especially with the Queen of Wands. You're somebody that's so unbelievably attractive and sexy that a lot of people are falling at your feet, okay? A lot of people definitely find you gorgeous. And I feel like you actually have a lot of secret admirers behind the scenes, but it's come again from a lot of times in which people have severely judged you or hurt you or made you feel lesser than you actually are. And especially with the Eight of Swords, a lot of the people that actually made you feel lesser than were really just jealous or they had other reasons behind the scenes. Again, I feel like it's all just to add to your character arc in this lifetime, you know, and what you're doing, but I feel like those people still secretly admired you behind the scenes. They just had a really twisted and effed up way of showing it. And especially with the Five of Coins here, again, I feel like they left you out purposefully. They left you out in the cold. You know, they fired you. They shut you down. They told you that you can't be a singer. You'll never be famous. You'll never, you know, cure cancer, whatever. I feel like there's been so many people in your past that have told you no, 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 but you just kept saying yes, 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 yes. And I feel like because of that, you're going to be blessed with major opportunities coming in here for a lot more success, growing your own company from scratch, becoming a CEO, you know, discovering the cure for cancer. Whatever it is that feels the most like your emperor energy, that's exactly what you're going to be stepping into. And who knows, it might be a little bit of everything. There are so many people nowadays that are multifaceted, multi-talented, like Ariana Grande. Hello, she literally went from acting, being on Broadway, to being on TV, to becoming a freaking platinum winning celebrity that has become a singer that's now become a movie star again and is going into making movies. And so never think of yourself as just one person who can just do one thing. You can do anything that you want in this lifetime. It doesn't just have to be one singular path that you're drawn to. And again, I feel like you were severely judged, maybe for being the creative, for being the person that has their eggs in a lot of baskets. Because maybe, again, if you have your eggs in a lot of baskets, maybe not all of the time you're finishing everything that you're doing, you know, but you're at least experimenting and you're trying and you're figuring out what you like. And I feel like that's what this earth and that's what this planet is all about. It's about figuring out what you like to do and how you like to be, you know, perceived and what, you know, you want to be known for and remembered for on this planet for the rest of history. Yeah, because again, it's not just like movie stars that get remembered. It's a lot of really famous people, people that were popular, not to go back to Ari, but that's the vibe. It's like, it can be scientists, you know, doctors, all of the gorgeous things, CEOs, especially with Emperor energy here, you might be wanting to own your own company. And again, that makes me think of Rihanna, who is not just a singer, who's not just a beautiful freaking artist, model, mom, icon, but she's also freaking CEO of Fenty Beauty and founder, creator, billionaire, baddie. Like, we love her. So just stop thinking of yourself as, oh, I can only do one thing, and stop listening to those people that said, oh, you can never do that. Because guess who didn't make it into her high school choir? Ariana freaking Grande. And I know I keep saying like her as an example, and there's a lot of examples out there, but that is just one major example that keeps coming into my mind. And I feel like it's something that, you know, you guys could definitely be super inspired of. Yes, another one, Lady Gaga. Her high school group made a Facebook page about her that said, Stephanie blah blah blah, you will never be famous. Okay? And now look at her, freaking multi-Grammy winning baddie witch, you know, Lady Gaga. We love her. And I feel like icon, you know, like I feel like you guys are an icon, and there's so many ways in which you're so talented, and I feel like people have tried to shut that down in the past. Don't listen to them. You are meant to shine. You're meant to sparkle. You're meant to dazzle. And especially with high fashion glamour here, I'm getting that you just have such a great style. The way that you look, the way that you carry yourself, hello, it's very sexy, it's hot, it's glamorous. You literally look like you could already be a movie star, okay? Even if you want to be a scientist, I don't care. The pictures of you are gonna be damn good in the history books, okay? Because you have the high fashion, the glamour, everything that just makes you look so good, so beautiful all the time. Yeah, and I already drew these, but I didn't know where to hide them, so I put them onto the card. But I feel like you guys are going to be coming into a major lucky streak coming up here. And I feel like you're already feeling it. You're already feeling little glimpses, glimmers, shimmers of luck that's coming your way. And I feel like it's only going to be amplified and I don't think that's a word. But they said like exonified. I feel like that's not a word. But with the visionary here, you are the type of person that really sees the future, and in such a bright and beautiful manner. I feel like, again, you can visualize the extreme success of your business. You can visualize your name as a Hollywood star. You know, like there's so many ways in which you can really already see your future. And if you're already seeing it, sis, it's meant for you, and you're supposed to be chasing after it. You're supposed to be going for it. And again, it doesn't matter how many people have tried to make you leave you out in the cold, have tried to make you feel lesser than. In reality, they do see you. And of all the people, sometimes they might see you sparkle the most. And that's why they feel the need to dull it. You know, that's why they feel the need to shut you down, make you feel lesser than, because they actually see your potential and how much you truly can shine. So it's time to really get out there, my beautiful lucky star, and shine. Allow yourself to glow, to glisten, to be glamorous. Okay, well, a bunch of cards fell out, but beautiful eyes was on the top and always on people's minds. So again, it's like, you know, you're already on people's minds all the time. You might as well use it to your advantage and, you know, like actually make some really major changes in this planet. Like, you're here to do revolutionary things. They keep just showing me history books. So I really feel like your purpose is really going to be recorded in history books for years to come, for generations to come, for, you know, people to really look up to. This one fell by itself too. Beautiful soul and heart. Ugh, we love that Jesse McCartney reference. Yes, you have such a beautiful soul and heart. I feel like people can talk to you. People can be genuine with you. And I feel like you are so least judgmental because of how much you have personally felt judged and scrutinized in your life. And, you know, again, made to be lesser than. So that's why you always want to make people feel included and like they actually do matter. And I feel like that's why you really stay on people's minds, because you leave that imprint, you leave that impression, and it's not something that can be faked. It's not something that can be, you know, made up. And I feel like you leave such a powerful impression in people's minds they just think about it for the rest of their lives. Truly. Whoa. No. Okay. Yes, so going into this next season, I feel like you've really learned how to say no to what you don't want. And it's, again, because you've probably done so much experimenting and trying new things and putting your eggs in multiple different baskets, and therefore you've learned what you do and do not like. And now that you know what you don't like, I feel like you are only going to say no to that and be very firm and very sturdy. You know, yeah, with beautiful eyes too. I feel like whenever people look in your eyes, they really truly do just see the potential of the world, because I feel like you have just a genuine look to you. Your eyes are gorgeous. The color of them could be beautiful, you know, like just anything. I feel like beach girl, mermaid here. Okay, so you might really like to go to the beach. You might really like to get out in the ocean. We also have clean girl too. So you're very clean. You might have a very clean aesthetic to you. I'm actually seeing like clean talk videos in my head, so I feel like you could be really into just watching other people clean. Your space might be incredibly tidy. Leave some tips down below. I'd love to hear it. I'm looking around at mine and I'm like, it's a little bit chaotic right now, but we've been, you know, running around, traveling a lot, so I'll give myself grace. But you might look incredibly beautiful, clean, nice skin, smooth skin, glass skin. You might really like to go to the beach, be in water. You might be a water sign. You might have heavy water in your chart, and that's why you're drawn to water, because water is very cleansing. I did not realize, you guys, but like number one, I wasn't anywhere near a place where I could stick my feet in the water, but I also did not have a bathtub, and those two things that I have implemented since then have really drastically changed my life. And I don't know like why, you know, like, but I feel like especially like earth signs, you know, you might really be drawn to hiking. Air signs, you might really be drawn to flying or going on like nice windy walks or feeling uplifted, parachuting, you know, swinging. That's another great example. I feel like that's totally an air sign thing. And then yeah, fire signs could really like it hot. You know, you could really like being in a sauna or doing hot yoga, or even just having like a heating pack, or taking a nice hot bath, or hot shower, you know, just like stuff like that. Really getting in touch with the elements, I feel like could really help this pile. But in particular, you might really be drawn to water, especially if you're drawn to this piles. But I just want to give examples just in case somebody here was like, I'm not a water sign, you know, like, because again, you don't have to be. It's general reading, so take whatever resonates, leave whatever doesn't. But I feel like a lot of you, even if you're not, you could still be drawn to the water, you know, sailboating, playing mermaids, just a lot of just having fun in the water. And yeah, I feel like they just said you look really good in a bikini. So again, it does not matter what your body looks like. I don't want to hear it, okay? Because it does not matter your body type, your body size. You are beautiful and you look damn good in a bikini. Whew, okay? So it's definitely time to get yourself one. Go out there, tan, feel good about yourself, because you have a beautiful soul, beautiful heart. And yes, my beautiful pile number one, I'm praying that inspires some clarity. You guys are gorgeous, absolutely. From the exterior down into the interior, you are so beautiful. So thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm so grateful. I love you all so much, and I'll see you very, very soon, okay? Bye. Yay, alrighty. Hello to those of you who chose pile number 2. I almost said 3, so you might be drawn to 3 as well. But Illumination Ethereal card, this is going to be your reading today, all about hyping you up, complimenting you. So starting with, I feel like you guys really light up the room. I feel like whenever you walk into a room, people definitely notice that you're there. You bring very ethereal energy to the table, so you yourself might be very psychic. You might be very drawn to, you know, being a psychic and having those kind of intuitive insights, because I feel like a lot of people are drawn to you for those those insights. But with the Six of Coins here, you're definitely incredibly generous of an individual. I feel like whatever you get, you like to give back into the universe and into the world and into other people. And I feel like because of that, there's only going to be more and more and more beautiful blessings brought your way. And I feel like that's why you do have a lot of lucky energy as well, kind of like pile number one. But in this sense, it's because you really do have great karma. Like, I feel like you really do put a lot of goodness out there into the world. I feel like in previous lifetimes, you could have really been, you know, just didn't have the best karma. And so in this lifetime, it's like instantly you just wanted to make that change, you know? And I feel like since you were a youngling, you've always been so generous. You've always wanted to share everything with other people. It's like, keep some of it to yourself, pile number two, because you deserve it. But yeah, I feel like you're so generous with your time, your energy, putting smile on other people's faces, like just so cute. With the Four of Wands here, a lot of people definitely see you as the kind of person that's a soulmate energy. So you might have run into a lot of people that feel that strong soulmate connection to you in the sense that they want to, you know, date you long term, be with you long term, because they feel like you are their soulmate. Even though I don't know, you know, I feel like we have multiple soulmates on this lifetime, but one like ultimate really big boom one, you know. And I feel like with the Four of Wands here, a lot of people think that you are their ultimate and boom, you know. So I feel like you've had to have a lot of discernment, you know, energy towards these other options and being like, hey, you know, I know what I want, I know what I like. But with Justice card here, I feel like everything always kind of ends up going your way too. You always end up getting justice. I'm hearing I'm always right. So yes, it's so true, pile number two, because you have such strong intuition, and I feel like you're the type of person that's always trying to learn. You know, you're not the type of person that just thinks that you know it all and know everything about the world and blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, you actually do like to learn, and you still, and I feel like that's what actually makes you a genius and a master and at life, is because you like to learn and you like to, you know, always be trying new things and yeah, looking up to other people as well. So I love that. With the Eight of Wands, they're also telling me that you are just an incredible communicator as well. So you're the type of person that can really just communicate and express how you feel, express what you want. You might be a very good texter too, especially with the Eight of Wands here. It's like you're always texting people, you're always reaching out to people, making sure that people know that they are loved and heard, which I love that. With the Nine of Coins too, it also makes me think that you're just the type of person that people can really grow with. You know, you can really go the distance with people. You're not just in it for a short period of time. While that may have happened with a few connections, the majority of your connections really do want to last with you forever. Like, you might still have besties from elementary school, or, you know, just the people that are your besties have lasted the longest amount with you because they actually genuinely know you, your heart, and your soul. So we love that. Yes. Okay, we also, two pink cards. We love to see that. You might have a very pink aura to you as well. But with the spotlight here, I really do feel like you're the type of person that can step out and shine. Again, with illumination, duh, I kind of said that. I was like, I feel like I'm having deja vu right now, and it's literally because I said that at the beginning of the reading. Like, duh, I feel like you just naturally attract the spotlight wherever you go. When you enter into a room, everybody's looking at you. I feel like just the sun naturally shines on you. Like, whenever you're just walking outside, you know, the sun just finds its way to you. Light just finds its way to you somehow, because I feel like you just naturally glow, and you really do bring up the mood of an entire room. I feel like an entire room of people could be sad, having a bad day, and it's like you walk in and boom, everything just feels so much better, so much more uplifted, and Yeah, just gorgeous. And with the graphic tee here and dump him, I feel like you are the type of person that can be very straightforward when you need to be and honest. And again, that might have cost you some friendships in the past because they weren't ready for somebody that just told them the truth, you know? But I feel like, again, you've really found those friendships that have embraced you fully, and you're not afraid to let people know when they need to make changes. You're not afraid to let people know when they need to step up, you know, their game, especially when it comes to romantic partners too. They're telling me, it's like, you're totally not afraid to tell them like it is, tell them how it is. Whoa, and it's crazy, that's the exact page that I opened up to. That is perfect. Okay. Yeah, I feel like, let's see, Britney used her collection of teas to send messages to the media and paparazzi who were relentless in their coverage of her life. It was her tongue-in-cheek way of letting the world know how she really felt. Never forget, I am the American dream and MILF in training. Tease. Even if you don't have a dump him shirt in your closet yet, you should channel Britney and speak your truth, personally, professionally, and sartorially. So again, I feel like that's exactly what I literally just said. I don't even know if I needed to read that, but that's exactly what I feel like. Yeah, you guys do already. You speak your truth. You're not afraid to, you know, tell it like it is. And again, the people that genuinely love you will appreciate the fact that you have to say what you need to say, you know, in order to make them a better person. I feel like, you know, they might get a little bit hurt at first, but then when they take time to process it and think about it, like, they'll be like, you know what? I actually think you're onto something. I think that, you know, you're honest and real. Wow, famous writer vibes. Oh my goodness. And so again, pile number 2, maybe that's your justice, is you're actually meant to throat chakra blockages, perfect timing. Overcome your throat chakra blockages and write, speak, get up there, you know, take up space, take up room, make people sort of upset, you know, by telling the truth, and just be honest. And yeah, maybe you are supposed to write about your life. Maybe you're supposed to, you know, write a truth or speak out, or I don't know, whatever. I feel like you're just supposed to be out there writing and being honest with yourself, being honest with other people, just falling in love again with speaking and being forward, being blunt, because we love to hear it. Devilish energy, bad bitch. Yes, it's like you're not afraid to be devilish. Yeah, and I'm hearing people really made you out to be the devil in the past as well. And, you know, I feel like you're so generous, and the entire reading has proven itself to be the opposite of that, your energy. And so I feel like if you were made out to be the villain in the past, it's like, so what? You know, you might be a villain in their stories, but you're a hero in other ones. Oh my gosh. And that's like, I feel like that is a very well-known saying, but it's so true for this pile. Like, you know, you can't please everybody, and you being somebody that's so sunny and joyous and generous, yet honest, you know, you can't please every single person out there. And I feel like the more that you try to, the more you will just fail. Focusing on breathing. Yes, okay. And you're loved by so many people. People can't stop thinking about you. Unforgettable. Yes. So again, pile number 2, like I was saying, like, there might be some people in the past that you are the villain in their story, you know, but you are loved by a lot more people, okay, than you're hated by. And I feel like it could even just be one person, like one little tiny fly that just needs to buzz the fuck off. Seriously, and get a life, get a hobby. I tried to say both at the same time, get a lobby, bitch. But you're loved by so many people, and I feel like that's the overarching message of today is, you know, like, and again, people could definitely think that you are their ultimate soulmate a lot of the time. You know, maybe you don't even realize that or know that. But it's also in friendships too that I feel like a lot of people just feel so connected to you, feel so loved by you. And yeah, you're really going to be getting justice coming in here. So it's time to use your words. Speak up, write about it. You know, yeah, like I'm seeing you could literally be drawn to like public speaking as well. And it could be, it's literally the number 2 fear next to dying is public speaking, believe it or not. But the more that you can just see it as like an open conversation and you are the one that's literally the only person that's mic'd and you're just kind of guiding the conversation, the easier that public speaking really becomes and it really gets, you know? Because people aren't just paying attention to you. A lot of the time they're thinking and they're pondering and they're applying it to their own life. And, you know, they're looking at other people. They're thinking about their day, you know, they're zoning off, you know, whatever. Or they're really paying attention, but they're thinking of questions that they could ask you, or, you know, they're taking notes, whatever. Like, it's not just you and a bunch of people staring at you, you know, like it's you and, you know, a bunch of people having to talk, having a conversation. So yeah, maybe you really are drawn to public speaking, but there could have been people in the past that really made you feel like you were the really bad guy, or you were whatever, not good enough. And in reality, you are more than good enough, and your story is meant to be shared. It's meant to get out there. It's meant to be heard by millions, billions, quadrillions of people. So yes, my gorgeous pal number 2, those are the messages that I got for you guys today. I'm praying that it's brought you some clarity, and I'll see you very, very soon, okay? Goodbye. Yay, alrighty. Hello to those of you who chose pile number 3, the Dream Fantasy card. This is going to be all about hyping you up. And for this pile, I was already hearing just like We Love to Dream by Doja Cat, because I feel like there's a lot of people that really do kind of dream and fantasize about you, because I feel like you are just kind of a dream come true, to be honest. So a lot of people think about you in very fantastical ways. And I don't want to make it too saucy, but there are some people that stay up very late at night just thinking about you and thinking about you, and sometimes they can't even go to sleep because of how much they're thinking about you. And then they're thinking, well, damn, did they put a spell on me because I can't go to sleep because I'm thinking too much about this person? And in reality, I feel like, no, you're just hot. And especially with the World card here, the Queen of Swords, justice. I feel like you serve people the justice that they deserve. You know, I feel like you really bring it to the table. You're authentic. You speak your truth. You're fierce. You know, growl power, like cheetah girls. You know, anyways, but I feel like you really do speak your truth, and it gets people thinking about everything that you have told them in the past. And again, they could be thinking about it super late at night, like trying to go to sleep, and they're still thinking about the things that you said to them, you know, X, Y, and Z years ago. And they're like, why can't I stop thinking about this? Wicked witchcraft. Exactly, but it's not. Okay, again, you're just hot, and the things that you say really do hold space in people's minds and in their hearts, rent frickin' free. I feel like you live in a space in people's minds and in their hearts, like always. They're always thinking about you. And a lot of people, you know, exes, ex-friends, especially with the Queen of Swords here, it's like, like I didn't want to say it to the last pile because they gave me a little bit of that energy, you know, because it could be, to be honest, like the duality of your personality. If you chose both piles, like you might be really sweet sometimes, and then sometimes you're really sour. You're like a Sour Patch Kid, you know? But this pile in particular, if you chose this one first, you might come off as like kind of a really bad bitch, you know? You might have resting bitch face, or just something where you look mean, like you look a little, you know, like Megan Fox, Madison Beer, who else just kind of looks mean? You know, just like people that just kind of look mean because they're so hot. Yeah, like Regina George, exactly. Like she was just mean, you know, but it's also in the vibe. Like I feel like you guys just kind of look that sort of hot. You know, you might have very cat-like snatched eyes. You might do your makeup like that. You might do your makeup in like the intimidating bad bitch energy. But again, there's something about you where it's like you're unapproachable almost a little bit. Yeah. But like in the best way, because like you're so sexy. Because like if you think about like Megan Fox, Madison Beer, Regina George, you know, I'm even thinking of Victoria Monet. That's who I'm seeing. Yes, they just look unapproachable. You know, like they look a little like so hot that it's almost like steer clear, you know, because they're just gonna rip my heart to shreds. They are going to hurt me, you know. But in reality, like you might actually be a very, very, very sweet-hearted person. And especially with the World card here, it's like you're always ready for a new beginning. And that's why you're such a dream. That's why you're such a fantasy, because I see you consistently glowing up. Like every single version of you is hotter. We don't know how you do it. We don't know how you can go from being this hot to being even hotter. But you're aging like some damn good fine wine, okay? They gave me like a wine sommelier joke there. They said like no sedentary, no whatever that stuff is, but I couldn't pronounce the words. I didn't want to say it and embarrass myself in front of the wine connoisseurs here, if there are any. But you're aging like a damn fine wine, okay? But with the Magician card here, you are a master of manifester. So again, I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. And it's anything that you put your mind to, you really genuinely do get it. That's why I feel like you are so sexy and so appealing to a lot of people, because not only do you look like a new version of yourself pretty much every single, I almost said year, but they're saying day. It's like every single day you almost look like, you know, a different, hotter version of yourself, which we love. But yeah, I feel like you also have the ability to get whatever it is that you really set your mind to and that you really set your heart to. So if that's your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, whatever it is, you really do get it. And you are living the true fantasy. Yes. Yeah, we also do have the Starlet here from the Britney deck, as well as the Boho Babe. Yeah, naturally I'm getting, you're gorgeous. Naturally, just beautiful. You're stunning. I feel like you wake up, roll out of bed, and you look damn good. I feel like you could really do both, and I feel like that's what makes you really sexy. It's like you can really dress it up and look famous and look hot and, you know, get out there, but you can also really dress it down but still look hot and sexy somehow. Like even in, you know, your office attire, whatever it be, even in your lounge attire, you still look incredibly hot and sexy. Yes! You might also not be afraid to like get down and dirty with it a little bit, you know, like go for a hike, dirt biking. I'm trying to think of other things that, you know, have a little bit of mud action. Gardening, yeah. There's just some things where it's like you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. Baking even. Baking is a little bit of like a for me, because I don't know, I don't like things sticking to my hands, and I also don't want to wear plastic gloves and destroy the planet, so it's a really big toss-up for me. But some of you guys might really like baking and, you know, getting your hands dirty. You're not afraid to get things underneath of your nails, you know, you're not afraid to, because you realize that you can clean it up and you can look incredibly sexy as well. You know, literally going to movie premieres one day and gardening and cooking a whole home feast the next. Like, you're spectacular. You're everybody's dream and fantasy, which makes a lot of sense why you got that card too. It's like no wonder everybody wants to lock it down, marry you, put a ring on it, because you already bring that gorgeous energy to the table. You're just spectacular, seriously. Like, you really are. And yeah, I feel like you're meant to do really big things in this lifetime, especially with the Starlet here. Yeah, they're showing me Princess Diana for this pile as well, which I watched an entire documentary about her, completely fell in love with her, and because she passed away when I was too young to even know who she was, to be honest, and so getting to learn about her was so incredible. I feel like this pile, you might really be drawn to learning about Princess Diana and actually watching her documentary, but she was not just a princess. She was a freaking legend, an icon. She did not stick to her regular royal regime. She did things that were kind of out there, you know, dressing in a little bit more scandalous of outfits, touching and shaking hands with HIV and AIDS patients way before we had any information on the spreadability of the disease, you know, and there was a lot of rumors about the contagiousness of it and how you could just catch it by being in somebody's presence and touching their hands. And Princess Diana said, oh, hell no. And you know, literally went up, shake their hands, hugged them, spent time in the hospitals with those people. And so when I say, you know, you're not afraid to dress it up and get down and dirty, that's what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of you might even be in the nursing profession, doctors, you know, just a lot of different things where you're actually genuinely in your space helping people out, right? But again, all that being said, it's like you have this gorgeous, you know, rustic, beautiful, authentic nature to yourself, but you're also able to, you know, step up, be a diplomat, really lead people, and be super honest and blunt and send people down these spirals, they say, but to be honest, it helps them because it shows them who they are supposed to really be in this lifetime and how they are actually supposed to be treating other people. I feel like you really set people straight on their path towards who they're really meant to be. Okay, interesting. There was a lot of cards that came out here. I feel like I'll choose these and we'll shuffle even more, so don't worry. But outfit on point really wanted to come out. So you guys could definitely be drawn to having an Instagram to show off your outfits, or just in general, you just look really, really good. Again, it doesn't matter whether you're lounging or you are actually, you know, what should I say? Oh, dressing up, looking good. Your fashion is always on point. Better things and times are coming. Wow. So yeah, so this just could be another message for people out there who might have been struggling, might have been coming from a little bit of time that was difficult for them. This is your message and just validity that better things and times are coming for you. And the more that you can embrace who you're supposed to be in this lifetime, which is a master manifestor, which is somebody that can do both, duality, Princess Diana vibes, the more that the better times and people, places, situations, perfect timings are gonna come along for you. Brats, yes, we love to see it. You guys definitely have Charlie XCX brat energy, okay? This might be a lot of LGBTQ plus people here. We love to see it. I don't know what the fuck that raptor sound was that I just made there, but we love to see it. I just get too excited. Okay, but brat is here. So you guys are definitely major brat energy, okay? You don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. You are making your own fashion trends. You are making your own styles. Yeah, and spirit guides, what a wonderful example. Thank you so much for bringing up Charlie XCX, because she is a perfect example of somebody that is, you know, stunning, and it doesn't matter what she's wearing. And I feel like she's really sparking this revolution of like, women are just sexy for just being women and women's bodies with titties and, you know, messy but long gorgeous hair, or short messy whatever, it doesn't matter. Women are just gorgeous, period. And I feel like Charlie XCX is a perfect example of somebody that is very intimidating whenever you look at them, and you know, they're very hot and sexy, and so like you don't, untouchable kind of energy again, so perfect. We also have relaxing, healing, centering energy. So yes, I feel like, again, duality is here. You can relax and heal people, but you also really can spark people into becoming better and bettering themselves. You're my weakness, yes. So I feel like you definitely have a lot of people weak in their knees. Okay, a lot of people, a lot of suitors, especially from your past, are still fantasizing about you, thinking about you to this day. I feel like you are a lot of people's weaknesses, and they really do fall to your feet, okay? Insta baddie, yes, which we have fashion Instagram and Insta baddies. So I feel like your pictures that you put out there are unbelievably sexy. And even if you're not putting pictures out there, you're just existing, you look like an Insta baddie, okay? And again, it does not matter what age you are. I want to make that very clear that we have people of all ages that come to this channel, and I love it. I eat it up. But you are sexy and you are an Insta baddie, okay? You're somebody that a lot of people could want to see more of on Instagram, on social media, just because of the way that you are. I feel like it's so attractive. You might know a lot of things. You know, you might have a certain aesthetic or je ne sais quoi about you that just really draws the attention to you and just really wants people to know more about you, which we love to see. Yes, pile number 2, or 3. So again, this pile might also be drawn towards pile number 2 because I almost called pile number 2 pile number 3. So yes, definitely check out some more piles. This is definitely the reading for that. You can watch all of them, to be honest, but I love you guys so much. I'm praying there's probably some clarity. And I'll see you very, very soon, okay? Goodbye. Yay! Last but certainly not least, hello to those of you who chose the party celebration card. This is going to be a reading today all about hyping you up, complimenting you, which we love to see. And starting off this, they're telling me that this pile in particular is definitely like the peacekeeper of the world. I feel like you're the person that people can come to for a lot of very fair, balanced, and wise advice. Along with the Nine of Cups there, you definitely have your fair share of wish fulfillment. And I feel like your wishes are guaranteed to come true. So keep making them pile number 4 because you know what? I feel like, yeah, whatever you want, you're gonna get it. With the party celebration card, I really definitely do feel like you bring the party to the table. I feel like whenever the party don't start till I walk in, is what I heard. So that's the kind of vibe. I feel like you guys really do start the party. You get people celebrating and living life to the fullest in ways in which they've never lived before. And I feel like, especially with the 10 of Cups, you guys are spousal material, marriage material, family vibes. Along with keeping it fair and balanced in relationships, I feel like people definitely, you know, see you as having like a big happy family, even if it's not very big, like just very happy. So that's definitely something to look forward to and be excited for. But with the 3 of Coins here and the 10 of Swords, I definitely feel like, again, this pile in particular, you guys have been through a lot. There could have been a lot of backstabbing that happened in your life in which you thought people were on your side one second and then they changed up the next and were like a completely different person. You could have been in like relationships or friendships in which like you were really vibing at first and then they just kind of, you know, backstabbed you or hurt you or went their own way, grew apart, but it still was in a way that always left you kind of feeling like the other, or like you weren't, you know, how should I say this, like, yeah, just like the best friend for them, you know, which in reality you are an incredible friend. You're incredibly talented. You're so sweet. You're so fair. I'm hearing you're not judgmental and you're definitely motherly. So it gives like Cece from New Girl kind of energy where, you know, she's very hot. She's a model, obviously. But when it comes to protecting the people that she loves the most, she is a mama bear and she is not to be fucked with, okay? And that's exactly how I feel about this pile in particular. I feel like you guys are the mama bears of the world. You know, like Cynthia Erivo, I think about when Ariana was being like attacked by that guy, not like attacked, but basically kind of attacked. He like put his arm around her and was pulling on her, and Cynthia, before the security guards even got to Ariana, Cynthia was already there ripping that guy's arm off of her and saying get away from her and putting her arms in a circle around Ariana in order to protect her. And I just think about that, like I think about that a lot and just how powerful that is to be that kind of a friend that literally puts yourself in front of the danger, you know, or protects other people. Yeah, and it also makes me think back to a time too in which I was in PE class and one of the jocks was like picking on, you know, one of the theater people, and another one of the theater people walked up to him and he said, "You can talk to me like that all you want, but you cannot talk to my friend like that." And I was like, holy shit, that guy's hot. Because I was like, oh my God, like it takes serious guts and gusto to stand up to somebody, especially for the people that you love. And there's so many times in which I wish I could have channeled that gusto and stood up to somebody and, you know, but I've always just been a little bit afraid. Being tiny and a woman, it's a little bit scary. But if you are like that, 10 out of 10 friendship, guaranteed, because you go so above and beyond when it comes to protecting your friends and your loved ones and standing in between them and the danger, which I just think it's so powerful. It's giving like superhero energy, you know, where you're able to just like do the things that other people are afraid to do because it's part of your destiny, you know, which I really do feel like, especially for this group, because again, you could have been stabbed in the back, you could have been picked on or put in different groups because they just, whatever, people are mean. And I feel like with time, it's sort of taught you that you never, ever, ever want to make somebody else feel the way that you have felt. And so that's what's made you stand up and stand your ground for other people. Yes, pile number 4, we need more people like you. And again, the good karma just keeps rolling in because now we see the 9 of Cups here and I hear like lucky girl syndrome. So I really do feel like this pile in particular, you're getting a lot of blessings coming in here, right? Throat chakra blockages, whoa. Whew. This pile in particular, you might be drawn to a few of the other groups as well, because I feel like there might be a little bit of throat chakra issues here, which is, you know, speaking up for yourself as much as you speak up for other people. But with the 3 of Coins here, you're definitely a hardcore multitasker as well. You are the type of person that can definitely multitask. You can do multiple different things at once. And I feel like you really do see, you know, both sides of the situation, both sides of the coin. So you're always looking out for everybody. Like, I feel like you're always busy, you know, doing something, and you're always busy helping other people and looking out for other people and making sure that other people feel safe and feel heard. So I love that. Yes, the Mother and the Ringleader, yes, which I did peek at these cards before. And so, yeah, it kind of led me to that CC mothering sort of vibe, but also the 10 of Cups here, because you can see they're holding 2 children. And it talks all about happy family, happy energy, you know, having potentially a big family, a lot of kids and cousins and animals running around the house, you know. But this pile in particular, I feel like, you know, one of your purposes on this planet Earth is to be a mother. It's, you know, it's to be a lot of different things, but I feel like a mother to not just your own kids, but to a lot of other people. I feel like we can all think of somebody in our life that has been a mother to us in one way or the other, whether that be like a friend or, you know, a coworker or whatever. Like, I have the best mom in the world. You know, hands down, I have the best mom in the world. I'd choose her in every single fucking lifetime. I'm actually picking her up from the airport tonight. I'm so excited because she's literally my best friend. And so I'm so excited to see her. But even with that, when she moved away from my hometown and I was still there, there was somebody that really stepped up for me and became sort of like a mother figure to me and really like was there for me in the ways in which my mother physically, you know, could not be there for me just, you know, all the time. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of the case with you guys, is you are just like that woman that I ended up finding. I love her so much, my coworker. Oh my gosh. Shout out Cheryl if you're ever watching this. I love you. But like, I feel like you are the Cheryls of the world, you know, like you are the people that are mothering. You're kind-hearted, you're heartwarming, you're empathetic, but you're also protective, and you're not going to let people touch the things and the people that you love in a negative way because you love them and because you want to protect them. Yes, and I feel like especially being the mother here, we also have the ringleader. So you are meant to lead, honeys. You are meant to get out there and be the person that, starts the trends. Be the person that stands up when everybody else is shrinking, because that is who the true leaders of society are. Whew. And I'm getting chills too. So definitely, I feel like that's one of your superpowers, is your ability to lead. I say it's a blessing and a curse, because being born a natural leader is definitely fun. You're the leader, so you could pick and choose what you want to do. But sometimes it means that you are always being the first one shoved through a haunted house because you are the one that leads, even though you don't want to be first in those scary situations. Sometimes you still have to be, because you are the natural born leader. And so that was a very literal story that I'm telling there, but I feel like metaphorically it can be interpreted in a lot of different scenarios, because I feel like, especially whenever you have to step up and be the mother figure, and be powerful, there is somebody that is resisting that, right? There's somebody that's trying to pick on your friends, or trying to belittle you, or trying to talk over you, or, whatever it is, trying to talk over your partner, or making your partner feel bad for themselves. And it takes guts to stand up to that energy and be like, no, I'm not going to tolerate you talking, acting, speaking, doing that, around me, to my friend, to my daughter, to my whoever. Strong boundaries, independent bitch. Yes! That's exactly what we like to see, pile number 4, and exactly the truth of your situation. You are so independent. I feel like they just said, yeah, well, strong boundaries, duh, it's literally written there, but yeah, they're saying that you have incredibly strong boundaries with people. Like, don't cross you, don't cross your friends. It's not hard, just keep walking. But if you do, goodbye. Like, literally, you're done. You're so done. Like, even just looking at you, I feel like the energy, like you're one of those people where you could literally look at somebody with like the stink eye, like shut the fuck up, and it gets them to close their yapper immediately. They shut the fuck up immediately, because you, just the way that you look at them and the energy that you're sending to them, it's so hot. We love the domination of this pile. You guys might definitely be dummy mommies of the world as well. I can't find the right words to say. Yeah, that's interesting. And a precious diamond. I feel like it's hard for people to even describe you, because you're so unique and you're so powerful and so unlike anybody else that it's literally impossible to describe you. You're a precious diamond. Yeah, and that makes me think of Daphne from Bridgerton. You are the diamonds of the world. You are rare, beautiful gems that just sparkle and shine in everybody's lives. Yes, God took their time when they made you. That's so true. Like, I feel like that's actually one of the best compliments that I've ever received, and so I love giving it to people, because I feel like it's so true, especially for this pile. Like, literally every single detail, because again, it's not just the physicality that God is making in you, right? And whatever you believe in, Allah, whatever. This is an open thing, but this is just how I think, But it's not just the physicality that God took his time making. It's the mentality. It's the personality. It's every little teeny tiny quirk and aspect of yourself that is literally just off this charts freaking incredible. And like, God definitely took their time when they made you. Dangerous. Yes, hotties. I definitely feel like you're super dangerous. Like, especially with the mama bear energy, it's like, don't F with you, clearly. Keep walking. I wouldn't, because that's totally the vibe that I'm getting, is you guys are a little bit dangerous in the sense that people don't want to mess with you. People don't want to, make you mad, make you angry, make you upset. We also have wonderful kisser. People dream about those lips. Yes, so you're definitely a wonderful kisser. People definitely dream about kissing you. They think about it to this day. They still think about it. I feel like you're one of the best kissers that people have ever kissed. That's what I just heard, so take it how it resonates. And we also have so effing funny. So natural born stand up. Oh, and there's one more card down here. So many stalkers. Okay, yes. So you have a lot of people that watch you, that watch your social medias, that, you know, like to look at you from afar, whether that be at work, just out in the regular, at the metro, wherever you're hanging, Harrods, I don't know. People just like to look at you there. And along with so fucking funny, like I feel like you guys definitely are hilarious. And a lot of people literally think about just how funny you are all the time. The fact that you have a very quick wit. You might be sarcastic, you know? You can throw it pretty much as good as you can take it, you know? So I love this so much for you, my gorgeous pile number 4. Those are the messages that I got for you today. But don't be afraid to pick other piles because, hey, it's all just about hyping you up today. So, and we're also unique and individual. There's going to be some people that are drawn to all. There's going to be some people that are drawn to only a few piles. Whatever it is, that's meant for you. But yes, hotties, I love you so much. I'm praying that this brings some clarity, and I will see you very, very soon, okay?